there was no way out. Yeah, I used to be scared of the light, and I was swallowed by doubt. I'd forgotten what freedom was like. Puzzle pieces on the floor, they don't fit in anymore. I'm changing, I'm changing. When they ask you who I am, what I've done and where I've been, there's one thing I want you to say. Tell them I'm brave, see it on my face. I am bigger than anything coming my way. It's a new day, now I'm not afraid. So if anyone asks you how I overcame, you can tell them I'm brave. Some days I come out on top, and some days I can't catch a break. But when the fire don't stop, I won't wish my troubles away. I've been down and I've been out, but if you look at me now, I'm moving into better, brighter days. Yeah, this hope is here to stay. There's only one thing you can say. Tell them I'm brave, see it on my face. I am bigger than anything coming my way. It's a new day, now I'm not afraid. So if anyone asks you how I overcame, you can tell them I'm brave. We're gonna fight, gonna be alright. We're gonna fight together every step of the way. Tell them we're brave, see it on our face. We are bigger than anything coming our way. It's a new day, we're not afraid. So if anyone asks you how we overcame, you can tell them we're brave. You can tell them we're brave. You can tell them we're brave.
Hello. Hey, and welcome to This Is My Brave, CharMeck 2024. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for coming out tonight to share in this experience as we shine a light on the stories of brave individuals who, in the face of challenges, trauma, and tragedy, are living well and thriving. But now, before we begin our program, there is just one special request that we would like to make of you. And this is where you guys get to be a part of the show. So now, if everyone would, please take out your cell phones. If you haven't already, take out your cell phones. This Is My Brave is a very social organization. We want you to take pictures. We want you to take lots of pictures. We want you to do video clips. And we even want you to take lots of selfies. So for everyone who has their phone out, turn to the person next to you and say, friend, can I please take a selfie with you? And let's get this party started. Yes. I'm going to do it as well. Here we go. All right. Thank you. Thank you for your help with that. This lets the world know that we are here. And you want to share those with your social networks by using @CharMeckBrave1, @CharMeckBrave1, and use hashtag storytelling saves lives. Our social media team will retweet, regram, repost as many of these as we can so that we can get an extension on our stories here tonight. Thank you for your help on that. And now I want to introduce you to our show producer, Ebony Rao.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Ebony Rao. I am the show director for This Is My Brave, the show, CharMeck 2024. I'm also the senior health program manager for the ReCAST program with Mecklenburg County Public Health. ReCAST stands for Resiliency in Communities After Stress and Trauma. We are a program embedded within public health to help amplify voices and shine a light on trauma-informed care, increase access to care for those in our community, and work in partnership with the Office of Violence Prevention to curb gun violence across our community. You are here at the Healing from Community Violence show for This Is My Brave. Our cast is here to share the art of storytelling to open minds and hearts of our community and to end the stigma of talking about mental health and trauma. Thank you for all of you here in attendance and to our city and county elected leaders. First and foremost, I would like to thank our mental health clinicians who are here providing support to those in attendance. Should you feel the need to ask for additional support, we have clinicians here in the back who are able to support you, and they're wearing blue lanyards like this one. We would also like to take a moment to thank our sponsors. Our 2024 season of shows wouldn't be possible without the support of our national This Is My Brave sponsors, and that includes Johnson & Johnson, Bristol-Myers Squibb, Sage Therapeutics, Trigger Hub, and Society of Valued Minds. I would also like to thank all of our local sponsors who helped to make this show possible: ReCAST Mecklenburg, Mecklenburg County Public Health, the Office of Violence Prevention, Alliance Health, Travis Ford, Mobile Crisis Sante Group, Self-Talk Counseling and Consulting, Anuvia Prevention and Recovery Services, Teen Health Connection, Monarch, The Compassionate Companion, Jenkins Creative Counseling Center, and so many more. We also thank those who are our partners in providing in-kind donations of rehearsal space, audition space, time, materials, food, and so many other things to help make this show a success. I'd also like to thank our incredible production team. If you're here, please stand. And of course, to those who are hiding behind the curtains and working all of the magic that you see here on the screen. This group of dedicated community members and leaders have worked tirelessly to bring this show here. And we're so grateful for our amazing cast members who have met and struggled and shared their pain and their joy and have rearranged their schedules from everything from hurricanes to trips that they planned so that they can be here with you today. We'd also like to thank our photographers and videographers who are here documenting this show so that we can share it with the world. Thank you. Lastly, I would like to thank the national This Is My Brave, Aaron Gallagher, the executive director, who hoped to be here with us tonight, but with the rescheduling was unable to attend. Thank you to the This Is My Brave national team who have worked tirelessly with us to answer so many questions and help us to bring this show into fruition. We also have with us one of our national sponsors from Society of Valued Minds, and I'd like to welcome her to the stage, Kelsey Baum.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for having me. My name is Kelsey from the Society of Valued Minds, and we're really excited to be collaborating tonight with This Is My Brave because we share a lot of similar values. Most importantly, we like to show the link between self-expression and mental health. So our community was founded by Otsuka Pharmaceuticals, and we're on Instagram and TikTok. If you'd like to give us a follow, it's at Society of Valued Minds. And basically, we like to post some mental health tips, ways that you can be an advocate in your own community. And we also like to feature our followers showing their own form of self-expression, whether it's singing, dancing, writing, anything big or small. So we're really excited to be here, and I'm really excited to hear you all share your stories. So thank you for having me.
So thanks again to the sponsors, to Society of Valued Minds, and everyone who made This Is My Brave a part of our community. So let's give everybody a round of applause. So actually now would be a good time to put your cell phones on silent for the duration of the show. Since This Is My Brave is a storytelling organization, it makes sense that at this time I tell you guys about how I got involved, my reasons why. So a call at 8:45 p.m. would not normally be any cause for concern. It's past the time when telemarketers are usually calling us, and it's way too early for those calls that we answer with, "What's wrong?" But the call at 8:45 did bring news of something wrong. The voice on the other end told me that my son Sam had been shot and that Sam didn't make it. It was August of 2019. Sam was 23 years old. And the shooter we came to know was 14. So in the aftermath of all that followed, in the settling in of my new normal life, my new normal, the time comes and then the question comes, what now? So my what now moment led me into community and what I could do to honor the life, the love, and the legacy of my person lost to gun violence, my Sam. 2019, the murder rate in Charlotte was the highest that it had been in a decade. So I got busy, and I found myself in a lot of places, doing a lot of things with a lot of people who had a like-minded vision and mission and purpose to make a difference on the impact of gun violence in our communities. See, but here's the thing. Along my own journey of healing and helping, the face that I put on and the strength that I displayed, there was still a deep need for someone to take notice of the toll, for someone to rescue me. But the way we show up is illustrated in the fact of we don't look like what we've been through. So people can have no idea of the pain that we carry. And it was in those moments of reflection, just kind of thinking about where things were, that I realized that I couldn't feel bad because you didn't know. I mean, how you gonna see what I didn't show? I mean, how you save a life you didn't know was in trouble? I mean, how you know the truth when the life is lived double? It's all good till it ain't. It's all I can till I can't. Crawl, walk, run, fly high until I faint. I was looking, searching, fiending for that peace that wouldn't come, like a crackhead on their knees, searching for that crack crumb. So down and out, the count had started, the ref's at 1, now he's at 2, but then I heard a voice inside me say, the fight is up to you. Said, we're right here, we're in your corner, healing all the cuts and bruises. Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, you got the team that never loses. So get back up, face your opponent, throw that left, now throw that right. Rise to fight another day. We'll help you win this thing called life. Amen. And so I declare this evening that it is in the fight, it is in the rising again and again that we find our strength and we find our victory. And what brings us all here tonight, all brave individuals who will share their stories of resilience, strength, and hope in the face of some of life's toughest challenges. These stories you'll find are part of the community that we live in, are part of the fabric that knits us all together. So be attentive, and I'm sure you'll be inspired as I bring to the stage our very first storyteller of the evening, Sevhn Robinson.
So I need to talk to you and ask you for your guidance, especially today when my mind feels so cloudy. Guide me until I'm sure I open up my heart. You better not tell your mom I'm feeling on you. If you do, I'm going to tell her something on you. And you know she's going to believe me. You know I'm feeling on you at 7 years old. You're going to get us both in trouble. God, why me? I refuse to let this take over my life. Stand up, Sevhn. Tick, tock. Tick, tock. 7:15 p.m. on the dot, August the 8th, 2017. It really did a lot. It introduced me to the word trauma, anxiety, and the meaning of true pain. My baby, my firstborn, the one who showed me what love was gone. One aim at the top and 6 to his body. Who did this? What was this all about? As I pulled up, the officer said, well, I guess you already know what happened. I braced myself for the fatal blow. And when he gave me the information, I screamed, no! No! I screamed up South Tryon. Walking away, trauma took over for the next 2,555 days. God, why me? I refuse to let this take over my being. Stand up, Sevhn. He said he loves me. He said he loves me. As I got that Timberland boot to my thigh and that punch to my right eye. The pain that shot up my back was unbearable. As I laid on the cold floor and I looked up to see a blurred vision with blood-soaked jeans. God, why me? Pushing through on a Wednesday night, just an average Wednesday night. At 8 p.m., the doctor says, hi, Miss Doggett. I was just calling to let you know some information, to give you some information. I just wanted to let you know you have breast cancer. But at that moment, it reminds me of the words from a famous poet that said, still I rise. The reflections of those words mirror me, being the only child, but knowing I am a kingdom kid. It was time to get back on the warfield. I was fighting again. This time, I was fighting for my life. Why me, God? Still I rise, God is so amazing. Sending the love of my life, who made me his wife, starting a 501c3 nonprofit, MM2K Inc., becoming a published author, finding those 7 steps to reset, and helping other parents to learn how to rebuild. That was me. Because I am powerful. I am strength. I am healed. I am a conqueror. I am a survivor. I am all things that are positive. I am no bond for murder. I am no bond for murder, established 2017. This is a real life sentence for me. Again, this is a real life sentence for me. But I still stand. I am Sevhn Robinson, and this is my brave. This is me. This is my brave. This is me. This is my brave. This right here is my brave.
Generational curses, when lives are at stake. Trauma circle loops the cycle I must break. Grief took over my life within a moment's time. I was bound by my thoughts and to my mind I was confined. I felt broken more than once, and now that trauma has resurfaced, feeling triggered makes it harder and harder to make sense within these verses. The first time I experienced grief, I was 19 and in college, became a #MeToo. When my words were not acknowledged, I tried to hide it and move on with the people that I met. It resulted in toxic relationships and chasing trees and clouds just to forget. Generational curses, where lives are at stake. Trauma circle loops the cycle I must break. Getting high till I passed out became a thing of misuse. A trip that the MD wrote up as marijuana abuse. Some time passed while on this journey. Some things happened in between, and in the midst of healing again, trauma intervened. I lost my father to suicide. It had me question everything I know. My mom would play these tricks and then my thoughts would overflow. Generational curses, when lives are at stake. Trauma circle loops the cycle I must break. I know you love me, Papa, but to this day, I gotta say, I hate the way it happened. I wish there was a better way. A lot of prayer and meditation brought me out of a dark place. Mistakes were made and pain took space, but I stayed covered by God's grace. I was on a path to healing when broken pieces started to form into something less painful as my grief was transformed. Just when I started to adjust to a life that was brand new, the pieces that were put together were shattered again like deja vu. Generational curses, when lives are at stake. Trauma circle loops the cycle I must break. I was triggered by another suicide, along with anxiety and pain. The heartbreak was unbearable, now the emptiness remains. I know you love me, brother, but to this day, I gotta say, I hate the way it happened. I wish there was a better way. To my kings, you are loved, fly high, may you soar, while I continue on this journey of healing to restore the core. Generational curses, where lives are at stake. Trauma circle loops the cycle I must break. As we continue on this journey, through our stories, lives we save. My name is Timyra, Elise, and this is my brave.
The next brave story you will hear is from Clydia Davis.
Good morning, son.
Good morning, Madre.
Have you eaten this morning? I miss you so much, and so do your siblings, your friends, and all the lives you touched.
I gave life my best. I had fun. I played the game. Served God, loved the girls, not much difference in this other world. I see you out there fighting against human violence, making an impact. Just know I forever got your back.
But this shouldn't be. You're supposed to be here with me, living your dreams, playing on sports teams, getting married, inspiring the world, having a wife, kids, a boy or a girl.
Mama, oh Madre, Mom Dukes, please find some peace. My spirit isn't deceased. I'm here with you. God's comfort will continue to get you through. Just be you, Mama. You ready? Let's go. Make a change 100. I love you, Mama.
Son, I know God is great, but by your name, I just hate seeing late. I need you. I want to hug you. I want to hear your jokes. Your physical I miss the most. I shouldn't have to speak to you with dialogue in my head. I used to speak to you every night before I went to bed. Son, I just want to wake up and you not be dead. But I got you. I'm ready. Let's go. Let's get it. So rising like a phoenix, being the fighter my son know me to be, I rose in tears, hair standing up too at times. I started marching in the streets. I started the legislation movement called No Bonds for Murderers, No Bail, Stay in Jail, which has led to hashtags by many, and most importantly, North Carolina General Assembly created the No Bond Integrity Act. I stood at the governor's mansion screaming respectfully, no bond for murderers, absolutely not. I created a nonprofit called Moms Ain't Playing. In which our North Carolina House Speaker celebrated. My journey has presented me with 2 proclamations, 1 resolution. Recently, I completed a 6-town tour with one of our U.S. congressmen, having the ability to share what victims' rights should look like. I speak for all families of innocently murdered human beings, regardless of the manner in which they were killed. It's my 5 beautiful, supportive children that makes them me. It is them who makes me push myself and cause me, myself, to be my I, the change I want to see. This is Don Quavius, and that was his voice you heard. I am Clydia Hemingway Davis, and this is my brave. And the next beautiful, courageous soul you will hear from is Lynette.
My story starts 5 years ago in the summer of 2019. The time I was healing from a motorcycle wreck from just 6 months prior, when the ever-looming threat of gentrification put my housing at risk. My townhome rental had recently been sold, and with the state minimum 2-week notice to vacate, I decided to roll the dice with the streets. With a little bit of money in my pocket, a new promotion at work, and a replacement bike, I thought maybe a little bit of resources might turn survival mode struggle into more of a free-fall adventure. A couple weeks into street life, I met someone who was in similar circumstances, with a lot less resources to get by, younger, prettier, intelligent, undeserving of a hard road. We met June 20th and hit it off instantly. We were near inseparable for weeks. 4th of July came around, and I felt the fireworks was going to be special for us. And while I had to work, I set up a little scavenger hunt uptown just to keep her busy and show care from a distance. Day turned to night, and we missed the fireworks due to traffic, but I found parking for my bike on Trade Street. I still wanted a good night, so we met up, went dancing at Prohibition, got food and at the halal cart, and she introduced me to TikTok. It was nice. 4th of July traffic brought more people than usual uptown, and I was cautious on my way back to the bike. When I perceived someone walking behind us, I told my partner we should cross the street. The lone shadow called out once closer, and a gruff voice called out, "You don't have anything to worry about. I'm not gonna do nothing." And a younger voice nearby laughed and said, "You should probably be careful out here." He asked for a cigarette. We obliged. We just found a pack on the street. We gave it to him, and he asked for our social media. We just wanted him to leave us alone. When we walked away, he followed at a distance. We were almost to my bike, but I didn't hear the footsteps running up behind us till I heard my partner scream. Turning around, I see the man who'd been following us had her in a headlock with a gun pointed at me. I instinctively made a move towards them. Not the right move. The gun went off, and unsure if it was a warning shot or a real attempt to end my life, I freeze. An eternity of tension was finally broken by a car slowly pulling up. And with the three of us still in the street, I motion and plead for help. The car backs up, drives away. They didn't want to get involved, I guess. The man started to drag my captive partner into an adjacent construction site, and I followed at a distance, cautiously. The gravel crunching beneath my feet, with her screaming and pleading for me to go, or we're both dead. He stopped at a concrete wall and said, "If you don't have money, I'm gonna take something else from you," with a sick smile. My partner's teary-eyed, makeup-smeared face looked at me in terror and for the first time told me she loved me. My stomach sank. I believed it was gonna be the last time I ever heard that, and I couldn't even choke the words out back. He proceeded to rape her against the wall, and I screamed for help. No answers. Maybe I didn't scream loud enough. I was furious, and I can't even channel that rage anymore. I grabbed a piece of metal, banged it on the ground. A voice from a nearby apartment told us to be quiet. I felt like there was nothing I could do, but when she went for the gun, I grabbed a piece of rebar, hit him over the forehead, and he fell back. I grabbed her hand. We ran out as fast as we could to the nearby police lights. They were already circling the block. Justice was eventually served. He was arrested that night. We faded into a facade of normalcy, built structure. It didn't feel like it was enough. Nothing ever felt like it was enough. We got engaged. Our relationship was never gonna last. It ended. I could tell you about all kinds of sad stuff that happened as a result of this. The pain that I put myself through, the pain that I inflicted on other people unwillingly. It doesn't matter because this story doesn't have an ending. I don't have an ending yet, and it could be a good ending, a bad ending. I know everyone in this room is rooting for the best, but at the end of the day, I have to leave Charlotte, and I'll find that ending somewhere, and maybe I'll come back, but I can only try to use this as motivation and strength, because one trauma turns into another, and that becomes easier because of the first one. And all the next ones, it just becomes more and more and more until you're not afraid to show your scars. You're not afraid to show your bruises. You're not afraid to be vulnerable, because at the end of the day, you've been through something that you're still trying to deal with. My name is Lynette Matusik, and this is my brave. Next up, we have the beautiful and powerful Renee.
Hi, Renee. Welcome to BFTA Counseling, a time to restore the core. Tell me, what thoughts have been troubling you the most?
Wanna know if it's for sure. I know it's not in my head.
trace. What was this last straw to withdraw from this race? What happened to our pact, to talk and not react, although vows no longer in place? What happened to live each day as a last step? Tomorrow's not promised, and here is your past. You've passed the past, reflecting on the past. Good days don't always last, but memories good for the bad. Heart, 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 to the heart, 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 charge it to the heart. I know it's not in my heart. Charge it to the heart. Don't understand me. Anyone who truly loves me. Dark images keep coming for me. The voices in my head, y'all may think that I'm crazy. I always wanted a family, not blood but love, y'all can't see. Alone no more, smile for me. 38's the reason, but today I am free. In the water, no need to understand. I made peace with my father, Mirage. You know it's under my heart. Can you feel me? Charge it to the heart. If anybody knew you, it was me. The pain I felt was so deep. Protector and true love, you told me. The voices in your head, I know you're not crazy. No time to reminisce on woulda, coulda, shoulda, and my thoughts, regrets, and wishes of last moments can't withstand. Your melody bleeds in my heart, your songs will never end. Fly high, my son, my friend, until we meet again. Let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. Wanna know? Is this a show? Let it go, let it go, let it go. I know it's not in my head. Can you feel me? Charge it to the heart. It's in the sand, my image in the water. No need to understand. I made peace with my father, Mirage. You know it's not in my head. Can you feel me? Charge it to the heart. Let it go, 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 let it go. Not in my head. I am Renee, and this is my brave. The next powerful voice we're going to hear is by Dr. Puranda.
Wild America. That was the name of a show I used to love watching when I was growing up back in the 80s. And the show, it was a narration of wildlife in different habitats. And the narrator of the show would always talk about the survival of the fittest, between predator and prey. Now I'm gonna tell you, a similar struggle was existing outside of my doorstep in the concrete jungle of Bronx, New York. It was a crack epidemic where predator, drug dealers, and gang members were preying upon crack addicts and innocent bystanders. Now, I had to walk through all of that as a child raised in a single-parent household. Wasn't raised by my father who didn't show me how to navigate the rough patches of that neighborhood. So I had to look and I had to observe how to survive. I knew what happened to the prey. They got jumped, they got stabbed, they got robbed, they got mishandled. I didn't want that to happen to me. And so if you ever heard the saying of a wolf in sheep's clothing, I became a sheep in wolf's clothing for the sake of survival. So I mimicked the predators. Whether it's the ice grill, you walk around on the block looking like who want it, ready to knock somebody out of their shoes, run up on somebody just so that the predators won't prey upon me. And what happened was I ended up trauma bonding. What I discovered is the greater the anger, the greater your hurt. And when hurt people hang out with other hurt people, they tend to hurt other people from that pain point. As a result of that, I lost 5 of my good friends. 3 got stabbed up and 2 got shot. And whoever I didn't lose to the grave, I lost them to the prison system. So I grieved for a good click of my life. I took the same behavior, this mentality of survival of the fittest, and I took it to school. It didn't work. I ended up getting expelled from one school, got left back, got sent to the second worst high school in the Bronx, did a bunch of fighting, got left back again. And it wasn't until the school resource officer said to me, "Hey, young man, you got all this anger. Why don't you go play football or something and put that energy to good use?" I said, "You know what, man, you might have a good idea. I'm gonna try it out." So I got eligible, did what I needed to do, and got on the football field, made up some years and got on the football field. And little did I know I was gonna get a scholarship. Became an all-city running back, broke a rushing record, and I was offered a partial scholarship from the Harvard of the South, Livingstone College. That's how I ended up down here. When I arrived at Livingstone, I met a gentleman, an African-American chief of police who was one of my professors. And I admired him. He became my role model. And I said, you know what? I could do what he does. You see, in my neighborhood, you couldn't find a cop when you needed one. And I thought to myself, you know what? I'm gonna be that cop that was available whenever anybody needed him. I became the bully's bully. I became the apex predator of the predators, if you will. That was the mentality I had when I joined the law enforcement. Fast forward, around year 7 of my 8-year career, I started suffering from suicidal ideation and homicidal ideation. I didn't know what it was called at the time. I just knew I didn't want to be here anymore. And what I discovered was that sheep in wolf's clothing, that ego, that facade, started to weigh on me. No matter what I did, no matter how many accomplishments I had, I was a rookie police officer of the year. I had all these accolades, but I still wasn't happy. And I did not want to be here anymore. Now, I remember leaving the station one day, and I went home. And I said, you know what, it'd be so easy if I just offed myself. I sat on the corner of my bed, unholstered my duty weapon, and I looked at it. I said, it would be so easy. All I got to do is point it up and pull the trigger, and I ain't got to worry about none of this no more. And then right in that moment, as I was looking at my 45, a picture. It was a picture of my son, my firstborn. This was the same picture I had on my dashboard, the same picture I had on my laptop, my screensaver. It was the reason I had to go home the same way I went into work. And the reason this picture saved my life was because I made a promise to my son that I would not abandon him or leave him the way my dad left me. And that night, my resilience was born. I said I'm gonna outlast my pain. Little did I know the subsequent year, I was gonna be terminated or lose my job from excessive force complaints, 4 lawsuits to be exact, and 2 indictments for using excessive force while under the color of law. My career was over that quick, and I had to rebound. So what I did was some soul searching. Little did I know, counseling was my calling. I became a licensed clinical mental health counselor. I went back to school, got my degrees, became now Dr. Puranda in the building. Huh? You feel me? And all of it was a byproduct of the process that I believe God was taking me through to understand how to help other police officers who are suffering in silence and not knowing how to ask for help. There was so much I didn't know about me because I ran from me for the longest because I felt like me wasn't acceptable. And that was the weight I carried. And so today, I stand before you as an author, a serial entrepreneur, a mentor, a motivator, a father, a husband, all these things that I never witnessed in my life. And what I can tell you is that you can turn your pain into purpose. You can turn your trauma into treasure. It's not about how we start, it's how we finish. I'm Dr. Kareem Puranda, and this is my Brave. Thank you. The next amazing Brave voice you're gonna hear, DeNeer.
Dear Baby D, a few days before your 30th birthday, you are going to attempt suicide for the final time. You will be saved by a hand that covers your neck just as the knife is about to enter. A soft, gentle voice will tell you you don't love yourself. As you look around, seeing blood, you realize you are still alive. The hand saved your life. You cut the hand. In college, you will enter into a really toxic and abusive relationship, which you won't understand the nature of its course until the words, "I will call the police on you," are being said, as you try to drag your partner out of the shower. In your apartment, you will put a plastic bag over your head in an attempt to stop breathing because you are riding a roller coaster of emotions from the mental and physical abuse. Someone will walk in the living room, see you, will poke a hole through the bag, and you will continue breathing. You will watch your partner cut themselves, something you have never witnessed before. You will start drinking at the age of 18. You're going to watch your mom be angry. You're going to have to be okay with the roller coaster ride. You're going to witness your mother's drinking early, but you won't understand it and we won't talk about it. Your dad will be working a lot, often working 2 jobs. Basketball will be your outlet. You are going to tear your ACL, ending your career, crushing your dreams of going overseas. Life will be a blur for a while. You will try to hide the pain by drinking it away. Drinking and hanging out, calling it fun. They, your friends, won't know. They, your family, friends, co-workers, coaches, believe you are all fine. You are going to suffer from sleep paralysis and panic attacks. One day you are going to have an anxiety attack at work, sneaking to find the emergency helpline number. You will call the number from your car at work. Immediately they link you with a therapist. You will watch every week as this therapist writes numbers on a paper with your clinical diagnosis. He has diagnosed you with anxiety and depression. After a long night of drinking, you will take your chances, drop your friend off at home, and attempt to make it home, being less than 5 minutes away from your house. You fall asleep behind the wheel. You wake up to the noise of you hitting a police officer's mirror. He will let you know if he can't fix the mirror, he will have to take you in. The same night, you find a half a bottle of Ciroc in the glove compartment. You didn't even know it was there. The police let you go. You will sell drugs out of your grandma's house. You're going to get caught at your grandma's house. The police are going to search your grandma's house. They tell you you could be doing up to 5 years, but they let you go. One morning, you are going to get a phone call from your mother informing you your father has been shot. She saw it on the news. He's fighting for his life. They don't think he'll make it. Your father's going to pull through. You will visit your mom in the hospital after having heart surgery from a heart attack. You will watch your grandma fall into a diabetic coma. Years down the line, she will call you on your way from Jersey to say, I have been diagnosed with breast cancer. Your mom will leave and come back, just to leave and come back again. Your family will have a hard time addressing the things that go on at home. The evictions, the moving into grandma's house, the sleeping on the floor. The conversations won't be had surrounding money except we don't have it. You will feel different. You will feel crazy. You won't understand a lot. However, you will get through it all. You won't understand a lot, DeNeer. However, you are going to grow into a resilient, honest, hardworking, inspiring individual. I know you don't understand me now, but as your future self, I want to let you know you are enough. God is working. I want you to know you are going to grow into a healthy, loving, healed helper. You will have easy days. You will have hard days. You will find God at your lowest point. He is going to replace your cup and fill it up. Always remember, DeNeer, you will come a long way. You will endure much. You are enough. You can ask for help. You will fail and you will succeed. Remember to dance like no one is watching, sing like no one is listening. Love, give, laugh, and cherish life. It gets sweeter. Keep your heart open, keep an open mind, stay consistent and persistent. Stay true to your values. Always remember you are loved. You are not alone. You are supported. Keep God first. With gratitude and love, Big DeNeer, DeNeer the Great. My name is DeNeer, and this is my brave.
Incredible. I just heard somebody say incredible. Incredible was absolutely. Thank you. Our Brave cast tonight was able to shine a light on topics that we don't talk about enough. So here's one more special request that we'd like to make of you, our audience, tonight. I'd like to take a moment to ask you guys to be brave with us and to please stand if you yourself have personal experience with community violence, if you yourself have had personal trauma or love someone who does. I would ask you to please stand if any of those apply to you. Thank you. As you look around at the people sitting next to you, behind you, in front of you, you can see that we're all affected. And your simply being here tonight is an incredible opportunity to continue to build upon a movement of people who are supporting those who are struggling. We hope that you'll think of "This is my brave," and that you will use this experience that we have shared with you tonight to start conversations in your own communities and to keep it going. This is what it means. This is what it means. You guys are what it means to live brave.
Yeah, I used to be scared of the light, and I was swallowed by doubt. I'd forgotten what freedom was
We
like.
are the Healing from Community Violence. This is my brave, CharMeck 2024.